Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria's Action Figure Cantina. Today we're having a look at the DC Collectibles New 52 Superheroes vs. Supervillains 7-pack of 7-inch action figures. This set was recently released and features retools, repaints, and a brand new figure. Here's a look at the packaging. As you can see, the packaging is quite basic. It's a very long box. None of them were hard to take out. None of them had plastic elastic bands or twist ties, which was nice. And of course, the packaging fits into most of the New 52 lineup of figures. Let me go ahead and break things down for you figure by figure. First up, we will have a look at Aquaman. Aquaman is a retool of the already existing figure. This one has a new head. It looks a little more youthful looking, I think. I never got the original figure, so I can't compare them for you. This one doesn't have the long sideburns or the goatee. As far as the paint job on the figure, I'd assume it's quite similar to the original release. Let me give you a close-up there. So yeah, there's a look at the face sculpt. It looks quite proportionate and nice. And again, the armor is quite nice. They use some kind of a reflective paint. As you turn it, it kind of makes the color look different. I'm not so sure if that's truly what the case is, but you know, it certainly gives off the illusion. And then his pants are like a jungle green type color. Boots. And then he has his staff, which is different from the one that came with the original figure. And I believe the original one also had a little chain of some sort. In the way of articulation, this figure has a ball joint at the head. He has a hinge at the shoulders. Swivel at the bicep, bend at the elbow, forward and backward movement at the hip, and then a bend at the knee. Okay, now let's take a look at the Flash. The Flash is a repaint of the New 52 figure that came out last year. This one has, of course, a metallic look to the suit. I think it looks very nice. I never got the original figure, but you know, I'm glad I didn't because I like this one more than the other one. He also has yellow lines in the suit, and I believe another new feature is that the boots have some red lines in between them as well. Give you a close-up of the head. It's not bad. The eyes are a little off, as you can see, but it's not terrible. Let's call this an ear for the sake of this review. It's a little bit off compared to the other one, a little bit warped or something. But you know, maybe we can... It looks like it's a separate piece from the helmet, so maybe we can adjust that, or maybe not. But again, the suit, you know, it's metallic. It looks nice. All in all, not bad. As far as articulation, it's exactly the same as Aquaman. You get your ball joint here, your hinge there, swivel at the bicep, bend at the elbow, and forward and backward movement at the hips, and that's it. His left hand is sculpted in maybe that's a salute kind of thing, or maybe it's a karate chop kind of thing. I don't know, or a high five, who knows. Probably so you can pose him like he's running or something. But yeah, that's a Flash figure. All in all, decent figure. And that brings us to Batman. Batman is one of the main reasons that I picked up this set. He looks infinitely better than the original New 52 release. He's got the metallic suit. He's got a matte black for his helmet, cape, gloves, and boots. The original release had a very glossy helmet, gloves, and boots. And I will go ahead and compare the two for you. So as you can see, there's the new version on the left, and on the right side we have the original release version from last year. I'm definitely glad that DC Collectibles got around to repainting this guy, as the original version, you know, to me has always been lacking somewhat in the detail department. I always thought his suit was too light, so that's one thing they corrected with this new figure, which is fantastic. Again, you don't have the glossiness from this figure's details on this one, but even so, it's not a really flat black. It still has a little bit of a reflective aspect to it. Give you a close-up there of the two figures. You can see the differences up close. So yeah, they're quite a bit different. The belt looks a lot more grading on the new version of Batman. I think it looks really nice. The bat emblem on the chest looks to be about the same. You know, one of the things with the Trinity War Superman, which we looked at a little while back, was that they painted black in his panel linings. Now, Batman, they actually did not do that, and I think it actually looks better that they did not. As far as the capes go, they appear to be about the same on both figures. I'm not really seeing any significant difference on either one. And of course, articulation is the same. You get your ball joint with minimal movement on the head, hinge joint at the shoulder, bend at the elbow, swivel at the bicep, and forward and backward motion at the hip, and then bend at the knee. Now, the next main reason that I bought this set was, of course, for Catwoman. Catwoman is an entirely new figure, and I'm sure most people that are getting this set are primarily doing so because of her. I think they did a really nice job on the figure. Let me give you a close-up of the face. Now, it might be a little bit goofy, but, you know, it almost has like a 1960s, like, Happy Housewife type look to it. Or maybe even something like a retro doll, or even like a Barbie. But it's not too bad. It could have been worse. I would have preferred a more stern or neutral look, but, you know, I like it. Another cool thing is that you have these removable goggles that kind of just, they fit pretty well. You could just kind of seat them like that on her face. So, another cool inclusion. You just kind of got to play with it a little bit to get the right look. Cool. And again, the detail on her costume is really nice. It almost has kind of like a glittery paint application sort of thing, as you might be able to tell. Looks kind of like there's like the hint of like a glittery type look. So it gives it a very latex slash leathery look. And just the shape of her body and everything is really nice. The boots, I love the combat boots. In the way of articulation, she has a ball joint at the head. It's very, moves really easily on mine. She has ball joint at the shoulder, swivel at the bicep, bend at the elbow, swivel at the glove. Nice clawed hand there for you. There's no articulation at the midsection, but she does have forward and backward motion at the hips, bends at the knee, and that's about it. Catwoman also comes with this nice looking whip. Now, it's not a perfect whip. Maybe if they would have included a coiled one, and then something like this too would have been okay, but, you know, I guess I don't really want a long whip to have come with her. But yeah, all in all, I really, 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 really like this figure. Joker is a repaint. The original release came out not too long ago with a purple suit. This one has an orange suit. The face is very maniacal and freakish looking. His face having been cut off and then replaced in the comics. So as you can see, it's kind of like stapled in there, and then he has a bracket there holding open both sides of his face to make that ugly smile. And he's got the discolored teeth, and, you know, it's quite gruesome, something definitely out of a horror film. But, you know, for what he is, the detail's actually really nice. He's got the nice orange suit, says Joe's Garage. The tools look really nice. He got channel locks, enormous pliers, and a few other tools. For minor details like that, they actually sculpted them quite nicely. And then he looks like he has a bit of a wash that's more noticeable here at the pants. Give it kind of a dirty look. Joker has nice articulation. He's got a ball joint at the head. He has ball joints here at the shoulders. He's got a swivel at the bicep, bend at the elbow, rotation at the gloves. He has a rotation at the waist. He has a front and back movement at the hips, bend at the knee, and then a rotation at the foot. So yeah, as ugly as he is, I think they actually did a pretty good job with him. I wasn't really expecting to like this figure, and I still don't know if I'm going to keep him, but, you know, he looks pretty good. Alright, so Captain Cold is the next figure in the set. I'm not too familiar with this character, and as far as I know, he's just a straight repack. If anything, maybe this detail right here looks a little bit different. But yeah, as far as a detail and likeness goes, there's not a lot to him. Give you a close-up of his face. Mine has a little bit of a blemish there by the nose. He's definitely not an exciting figure or anything, but yeah, as you could see, you know, pretty basic paint work. Sculpting looks okay. This detail actually looks pretty nice. And then he has like kind of like icy veins or something. So articulation, you get a rotation here at the head, hinge at the shoulder, rotation at the bicep, bend at the elbow. He has front and back movement at the hips, and then a bend at the knee. And finally, we have Black Manta. This is another character that I'm not too familiar with from the comics, but you know, he's kind of neat looking in a way. It's a little weird. The proportions are strange with the head, but you know, he's got like a big robotic alien type head, and I don't know quite what they did with the eyes, but it looks kind of cool. It's kind of like a somewhat of a glittery effect. Almost kind of looks like a stoplight. And again, not a lot of detail to this guy either, since he's pretty much all black. He's got a gauntlet there. He's got a backpack, maybe a few things inside it, accessories. Oh, this come out. Cool. I didn't know that. I totally didn't know that they came out until just now. So yeah, I guess that's kind of cool. And then for his weapon, he has this, I don't know what you would call this, some kind of a blade, I assume. And the blade also seats in to these prongs, which holds it in place there. So kind of neat. In the way of articulation, as you can see, it doesn't stay well. In the way of articulation, he's got a rotation here at the head. He's got a hinge at the shoulder, swivel at the bicep, bend at the elbow, and front and back motion at the hips, and then a bend there at the knee. So all in all, not a bad set of figures by any means. I actually got a really good deal on this set. I scored it for $50 on Amazon last week as part of their series of lightning deals, which I think they're having for the holidays. So keep an eye. I'm not sure if they'll put it on sale again for that price, but you know, if you can get it at that price, it's definitely worth it. Because individually, these figures would be about 20 bucks a piece, you know, give or take. And as a set, it's usually sold for about $100 or so. So, you know, a good deal, a really good deal. You know, the figures, if you don't have any of these characters, you know, the set makes the set especially worth it. But even if you do, the repaints on Batman, Flash, and the retool on Aquaman are well done, especially on Batman. Catwoman is great. She's definitely my favorite figure in this set, and Joker's really nice. Captain Cold and Black Manta aren't too exciting to me. So yes, I do recommend this set if you can get it at a good price. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the review. Thanks for watching Victoria's Cantina. Have a good one. Bye-bye.